The village of Anamabo basked under the golden sun. It was a small village nestled on the Ghanaian coast. The villagers lived simple lives. Fishing was their livelihood. The sea provided for them. Every day, colorful boats dotted the ocean. They danced upon the waves, carrying the hopes of the villagers. The air was filled with the sounds of the sea. The crashing waves played their music. Seagulls called out, their cries echoing over the beach. The scent of salt and fish hung in the air. It was a place of quiet beauty. It was a place of simple dreams. Kwame was a young man, strong and kind. He was known throughout Anamabo. Kwame was the best fisherman in the village. Every morning he greeted the sunrise. He would push his wooden boat into the water, ready for a day of work. Kwame knew the sea like the back of his hand. He respected the ocean and its creatures. Kwame would sing as he cast his net, his voice a harmonious echo of the waves. He carried the hopes of the village on his shoulders. Kwame always returned with a bountiful catch. He was proud to provide for his people. One day, Kwame felt a strange tug on his net. It was unlike anything he had ever felt. He struggled to reel it in, his muscles straining. As the net broke the surface, Kwame gasped. Trapped in his net was a creature of unimaginable beauty. It was a mermaid, her tail shimmering with scales of emerald and pearl. Her eyes were like deep pools reflecting the azure sky. She looked at Kwame with fear and pleading. Her voice when she spoke was like the chime of seashells. The mermaid begged for her freedom. Kwame had never seen anything so magical. He was mesmerized. "Please, kind fisherman," the mermaid pleaded, her voice trembling, "release me and I will grant you any wish." Kwame hesitated. He had heard the legends. Mermaids were said to be creatures of immense power, but were they real? And could they grant wishes? He looked into the mermaid's eyes, seeing her fear, but also her sincerity. Kwame knew he could not keep her captive. He had to trust his heart. "I wish for nothing," Kwame said, surprising even himself. He knew the sea was a place of freedom. He couldn't bear to hold such a creature captive. The mermaid looked at him, surprised by his words. A smile bloomed on her face, as radiant as the sun. "You have a kind heart, fisherman," she said. "You have freed me, and I am in your debt. Go now, and in 3 days return to this spot. You will find my gratitude." And with a flick of her tail, she disappeared into the depths. Kwame watched her go, his heart filled with a strange mix of wonder and uncertainty. Had he been foolish? He had let go of a chance for a wish, for fortune, but something in his heart told him he had done the right thing. He had listened to his conscience, not his greed. 3 days later, Kwame returned to the spot. He felt a knot of anticipation in his stomach. As he looked out over the water, he saw it. A chest bobbed gently on the waves, its surface glinting gold. Kwame pulled it into his boat. His heart pounded as he opened it. The chest overflowed with gold coins and precious gems. It was a king's ransom, more wealth than Kwame could have ever imagined. He stared at the treasure, his mind reeling. The mermaid's promise had been true. Kwame brought the treasure back to Anamabo. News of his discovery spread like wildfire. The villagers gathered, their eyes wide with astonishment. Kwame knew what he had to do. This fortune wasn't just for him, it was for all of them. He used the mermaid's gift to rebuild their homes. He established a school and a hospital. Kwame ensured that everyone had enough to eat. The village, once quiet and humble, was now thriving. Kwame's heart was full. He realized that true happiness didn't come from gold, but from helping others. The smiles on the faces of his people were worth more than any treasure. He had trusted his instincts, and it had brought prosperity to his entire community. Kwame continued to fish, but now it was for pleasure. He knew the sea had given him a gift, a chance to make a difference, and he would forever be grateful. The story of Kwame and the mermaid became a legend in Anamabo. It was passed down through generations. It served as a reminder that kindness and trust can be rewarded in the most unexpected ways. Kwame's name became synonymous with generosity and wisdom. He had shown his people that true wealth lay not in riches, but in the strength of community and the power of a kind heart. And so the village of Anamabo, once a humble fishing village, flourished, forever touched by the mermaid's secret and Kwame's selfless spirit.